Howdy Gunpla fans, this is Striker Zero, and it's Gundam model review time. Today we'll be looking at the 1/100 high grade Victory Hexa Gundam from Victory Gundam. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, what's a Victory Hexa Gundam? Well, the Victory Hexa Gundam was really the grunt type for the League Militar, I believe, one of those two, for the Victory Gundam. And really, the only difference between the Victory Hexa and the regular Victory Gundam, well, aside from the obvious parts, is really the Victory Hexa didn't have a V-fin, but had these really interesting rabbit ears. Whereas with the Victory, had the V-fin, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Everything else was pretty much the exact same way, the exact same thing. And the only way that you could actually get the Hexa head was if you bought the V-Dash. You could not get this guy in any other form. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, I bought the V-Dash. And I was like, well, somewhere down the road I would like to make a Hexa. Well, I didn't exactly go out and buy another V-Dash. No. I was like, I am not going to blow more money than I need to. So I actually just bought a regular Victory Gundam. And the main reason why I actually had to do that is because to make the Hexa, so you can have both of these side by side, there would have been two pieces missing. The eyes and the polycap. Otherwise, yeah, you could probably swap out the heads as much as you wanted, but because of that, it's like, well, you're missing an eyepiece and you're missing a polycap, so it really wouldn't have worked, and I didn't feel like swapping the parts out whenever I felt like it. No, that would be boring. Now back onto the actual review. I've been rambling too much. You got your standard Gundam colors. You have white, blue, yellow, red, gray. You do have some black. And I'm not too sure if you guys are going to be able to tell that. But the front of the camera, the eyes, and back of the head are green. Sticker-wise, well, actually come to think about it, I didn't use any stickers. This was pretty much just painted. And I do like the results, I really do. Now, in forms of articulation, the head will go up and down pretty far. Rotate a full 360. And the headpiece will fall apart. And maybe I should actually glue that. I will later on. Ugh, nuts. Yeah, as you can see, the polycap. It's not a ball joint, it's one of those ones that you use for arms and whatnot. So it's got no, the head can't tilt side to side. Which is alright. I mean, this is an older model. It came out in 93? Yeah, according to the box, 93. So it's not as old as my Zaku tank, but it's up there. Arms will rotate a full 360. No in and out movement because, as you can see, it really wouldn't allow it. However, due to the transformation, no, I'm not going to be transforming this guy. The shoulder pieces can go up that high, and the side thrusters can move independently as well. It will rotate below the shoulder, but because of this rather large piece, it's kind of hard. Elbows will bend at a single joint, and you'll see this part move, which I'll explain in a little bit. Hands will go up and down and rotate, and these hands actually remind me of the Master Grade hands. You got the 3-finger single finger split, so you can hold on to the beam rifle or beam saber. But the thumb does not move at all, which really I thought was an ingenious idea, because then it's not gonna be, the weapon's not gonna be flopping all over the place. No waist articulation because this is a transforming mobile suit. However, the front skirts will move that far. Please please stay. Yeah, they'll go that far, but they're kind of loose. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a crappy mold. Side skirt will move up that high. And the back skirt, will go that high. Yeah, and that's actually due to the transformation. Another thing about the back skirt is you have this thruster, which will pop open. And you also got 2 more thrusters right here. So you can also say, butt thruster, go! Ah! Too fast, too fast! No, I'm kidding. And because of the decent leg articulation, or the skirt armor, you know what? Yeah, that can go off. The legs will go forward that much, back that much, in and out a fair bit. Now, where this kit really suffers is in the knee bend. You wouldn't know it, but the inner mechanism, it's really good. But once you get all this on, all this armor, the legs will bend. Wow, yeah, about maybe 25-degree bend. I don't know. It's a very shallow bend, mostly because of the armor. This top piece right here will hit that, and that's it. It's not going to go anywhere else. However, the feet actually are pretty good. It's on a single ball joint, so it'll go down and up, side to side, and rotate ever so slightly. And due to the transformation, the feet will actually bend down that far. So you can be like a little ballerina. Yeah, it's okay. I'm kind of creeped out now. As I said, I am not going to be transforming this guy, mostly because one of the gimmicks of this guy really annoyed the crap out of me. I was like, you know what, screw it. And that was the base of the neck. There is a locking mechanism right there, but even though it locks the back, it will not lock the front. So if you like let a speck of dust land on it, it'll go, it'll just fall right through. It's like, ugh. I wasn't willing to deal with that, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll just glue it. However, you can watch Robert 184's review on this guy on the Victory Gundam, or V Dash, and I believe he actually transforms his. And now for accessories, first off, you actually have this really nice core fighter. And no, it cannot fit into the mobile suit whatsoever. Doesn't really have any moving parts. No, it's pretty much solid. Though it does have a fair bit in there. Did no painting with this guy, because he's just going to be stuck back in the box. And you can see a little figure of Uso in there, or whoever else you want it to be. You also have a beam rifle, nice soft gray. Did no panel lining, also with the mobile suit. Painted the scope green, and no split right there. And really, it can go into either hand. Personally, I prefer the righty. And as you can see, the front part of the gun can actually rotate roughly from end to end about 180, which is pretty good. And really, all you have to do is stick that in. It is a tight fit, but it's a good tight fit. It really is. And there we go. That gun is not going anywhere. That's how solid it is. Another accessory, which probably be like one a lot, which will be another one I'll just use, is the beam saber. Now, this used to be a solid clear pink piece, but of course I painted the handle a nice gloss white. And then I'm just going to stick that into the other hand. Let's see, is it going to fit? Yeah, it's going to fit. And I really don't have to close the hand up all that much. So, there it is with its beam saber. Now, two other accessories. Yeah, this guy has quite a bit of accessories, probably which I'll never use. Is this fan beam saber thing. Honestly, I think when Bandai was designing this, they were trying to design the javelin, but they did kind of a lousy job. It just looks really weird. It's like, oh, I'm gonna fan you to death. Ah! Okay, yeah, that feels kind of good. And one of the last accessories is the energy shield. And really, this is the first mobile size saw from the UC line that utilized this technology, and really, I think it looks pretty good. Mr. Robert 184, when he would actually put the shield in, he said, well, if you wanted to bring it forward, you would have to dislocate his arm. But really, after watching, God, about 10-15 episodes, I've actually discovered of how this shield actually, of how this guy can defend himself. Okay, yeah, it is pretty loose, but as I said, I'm not going to be, oh, bugger. Yeah, it's a really goofy connection, it really is. As I said, you can have it off to the side, like so, or if you actually watch the show, the way he defends himself is, if it stays in. God, my 160 V2 doesn't have this problem. Yeah, I actually have the 160 scale V2. It really gets defended like that, and the arm just came off again. But yeah, you get the general idea. Honestly, it's a good model. I picked this up from Hobby Wave for a grand total of about $25. And really, as I said, it's a good model, and articulation wise, it's pretty good. Just needs help with a couple things. And as I said, the transformation, while it's impressive, to me, I'm never going to use it. So it's like, well, I'm just going to kind of glue the pieces that need to slide or whatever, so it doesn't flop around. So that's it on my review of the 1/100 high grade Victory Hexa Gundam. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you all next time.